Hi everybody, Tara here. I am an intuitive, a spiritual guide, and a business coach. So I wanted to share with you all today the March energetic reading for you all. This is for the collective, which means anyone that is watching or will be watching. So how it works is that if you landed upon this video, then there is more than likely something that will resonate with you, if not now, then in the future. If you are watching on Instagram, you will be able to see the beginning part, and then the link is in my bio. You can go onto my YouTube channel and watch the full video. So make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, share it, and even turn on your notifications so that you know when I am on live. Anyway, I started off this reading by channeling. So I just wanted to get a feel of what was going on. So some of the things that I noted that have really been coming up for both me and those around me lately is this feeling of being forced to look into the mirror. We're not yet into March. March is coming very quickly, but there is a retrograde, and there seems to be a lot of things being reflected back to us in terms of what our insecurities are, which is a retrograde, right? A retrograde makes us go inward. So this is really a time, and the energy moving into March and in March is very much about looking in the mirror and letting go of anything that does not serve us. So it's really forcing a release is what I got. I actually put its initiation phase. It's strange, but I was given the image of a birth canal. So really feeling that having to look in the mirror and having to let things go that are no longer serving us. So I started by already casting the 3 runes. I will see, there you go. So these 3 runes are representative of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the month. Freaking amazing though. So at the beginning of the month, the energy really is, this is Othala, this is separation in reverse. So it's cautioning us and it's asking us to have a look and telling us to be weary where we be bringing old conditioning through. So this really is about that separation, but asking us to really look in the mirror and to let go of any limiting beliefs, anything that no longer serves us, any insecurities, thoughts around not having enough, thoughts that may be deemed by society and old ways versus new ways of thinking. So the beginning of the month is really all around that separation phase, and people are already starting to feel it. People are already starting to be faced with situations that are triggering them. People are saying things to me like, I'm having a doozy of a day. It's feeling really wonky. This is harder than I expected. That is really all forcing you to look in the mirror and be very clear about letting go of those thought patterns that no longer serve us. For example, you could say in the past, oh, I'm not going to do that because I can't afford it. Whereas new ways of thinking and abundant thinking, that's scarcity thinking. Abundant thinking is I am always moving towards that. I want this and I trust the universe will provide for me because I am always provided for. So the beginning of the month, the energy is really in and around letting go of things that no longer serve us and really cautioning us to be aware of those things that we're holding onto that we actually in fact should be letting go. So if things are getting doozy feeling and really up in your face, it's because that needs to be dealt with and let go of. So the second rune that comes through mid-month is an amazing rune as well. This is Thurisaz. This is the gateway rune. So what this is doing, the beginning of the month is really forcing you to look at all those old things that no longer serve you to create room, to create this gateway, to create this empty space, this ability to move through. And so this is really a time of the month where you're going to actually assess, you're going to want to assess for yourself what it is that you want to take forward and what it is that you are officially leaving behind. Really, it's a really great time to be blessing all of the things that you've left. Thank you for where I am right now. Thank you for all of this, whatever has happened in my journey, blessing what's happening and really thinking of it as a doorway opening, a quite literal gateway into a new way of being. So whenever I pull Thursaz and I get this gateway, I actually like to write down all of the things that, no longer serving me. I'm thankful. I've come this far. This is what I'm leaving. I really bless it. I really say thank you because, there are experiences, there are opportunities, there are learning lessons, all of that has come in the past that you may not want to take with you into the future. So, I used to be a glass half empty kind of girl. I used to be the one that would be crazy into my corporate hours and, all of that. So when I moved through the gateway of really into this abundant manifestation cycle of consciously creating my life, I, at that gateway, wrote it all down, blessed it, said, thank you for these, thoughts that got me here. Thank you for the habits that got me here. Thank you for the feelings, the effects, everything that got me here. I'm moving forward now in a new light. So this is what the middle of the month is really about, crossing through that gateway. So makes a lot of sense. Beginning of the month, we're going to be all about stripping away, with the middle of the month coming into a phase of openness, a gateway. And last but not least, the end of the month, this is Ingus. This is fertility. They told me birth canal, right? So fertility. This is where you want to be really clear with your energy levels, what you're manifesting, because your brain, your vibration, what's going on in the world is going to be a very fertile time for both planting seeds and harvesting seeds. So makes a lot of sense, and it's really a great reading for everyone. Energetically, we're going through this phase of rebirthing and letting go, walking through an open gateway, an empty space. But when we get through this space that's empty, we are in the area of deciding what it is that we want to fill this space with. If you walk into an empty room because you just bought a new place, you get to decide the color of the walls, the furniture that you put in it. If you have a blank canvas and you've gone to an art class, you get to decide what goes on the canvas. So this is the state of fertility that you're in. This is the state of putting through the thoughts. What is it? And knowing that this is a really prosperous time for you. So really accepting that this is your ability to create in and around this time, and putting out there what it is that you want, what it is that you want to have come to you in that time frame. So I just want to I want to pull a fairy card. I've been drawn to these fairy cards. Yesterday, actually, I got this deck, and I just think that they're really playful. They're highly energetic. Fairies are very close to the earth. They're very close to animals. So if you are really connected to animals or the earth or environmentalism, then chances are that fairies speak to you on a broader level or deeper level. So I just wanted to ask the fairies, what can you tell us about this reading? Whew. Oh man. Let go. So really, it's stuck. Let go is the first card that the fairies are really affirming to us, that this is a phase of letting go of old behaviors and thoughts, just the way I said. But also they are reaffirming, because it says here, as you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. So let go. As you release the need to control your limiting beliefs, you rapidly start to attract your desires through the gateway into fertility. Thank you, fairies. And the secondary card, because this was stuck to it, so this is also for us, is love life. The basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. Okay, there is that part of it, your love life, but there's also loving life, the way I read it, loving life. Really going through a phase of moving into more so what sparks joy, and living in that state of being, doing, and showing up in a state of joy rather than I have to. We all have to do things that we do not enjoy. However, when they connect to the joyful moments, for example, I have my own business. I don't like doing my monthly paperwork. That doesn't spark joy for me. However, I do it joyfully because I know that this is something that gets me to my end goal, that is a part of my vision, that is a part of the greater vision that sparks a lot of joy for me, which is connecting and empowering so many people to connect their own dots, to awaken, to learn more about mindfulness and themselves, and to move into that state of total being and creating a life for themselves. I mean, it fuels me beyond belief because I've been there, I've done that, right? So when I do those things in joy and I love life, it sparks more joy. So they're really asking you to let go and surrender and just to love life as you go through the process. So March is going to be a really great month of releasing and shedding, and then moving into a very joyous state, right? Going through the gateway into a joyous state to be in really fertile alignment with what you want and really start creating what it is that you want. So I think it's great that this also happens to be like the end of the quarter, the end of the third month of the year, where we're going to be landing, and there's going to be so much change because with it comes a new season, fresh new cycle. So congratulations, guys. I hope you liked this reading for March. It's a Rune Cast reading, complemented with fairy cards. And actually, last but not least, I'm actually going to pull a really nice simple affirmation for everyone. I like to sometimes pull heart cards. So what is a nice affirmation that everyone could use here? Can you see that? Continue, your fruit will bear diligence. So if at any point in time through this entire month or this phase, you get a little more into the doozy phase than you wanted to, just remember that as long as you continue to go, as long as you continue to grow, your fruit will bear diligence because you'll be growing and expanding. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.